When you look at the number of women killed annually in a domestic setting, Switzerland has a higher rate than the UK, the Netherlands, Spain, Italy, Slovenia or Slovakia. The Swiss government has said that violence against women and domestic violence are a widespread problem with grave consequences for the whole society.
En Suisse, on voit que les femmes sont très bien formées, mais en fait, elles ne sont pas assez présentes sur le marché du travail, et ce qui fait qu'elles prennent des risques sur le plan économique à court, à moyen et long terme. Par exemple, s'il y a une situation de violence domestique et que les femmes ne sont pas autonomes économiquement, eh bien, il leur est très difficile de sortir en fait de leur situation.
The biggest feminist challenges in Switzerland today are the lack of individual taxation, the absence of parental leave or the insufficient childcare, as well as domestic violence or violence against women in general.
On average, police are alerted every 36 minutes because of domestic violence. 2/3 of all homicides in Switzerland occur in a domestic setting.
But some of the women, for example migrant women, they have more complicated situations because they are vulnerable in face of public institutions in different ways. For example, we have the question of legal permit residency in Switzerland. Your permit for being in Switzerland is directly related to your marriage. So if you want, for example, to get a divorce or separate yourself from the husband, you will also lose or risk to lose your right to stay in Switzerland.
Et cette violence, moi je rencontre des femmes chaque jour avec ces problématiques dans lesquelles la femme n'est pas même consciente que la violence existe. Parfois, pour moi, le plus dur, c'est de voir comment cette violence elle est considérée normale.
Only 8% of women who have experienced sexual violence reported the offence to the police. 64% said this was because they were ashamed. 62% said they believed their rapist wouldn't be successfully convicted.
The main challenge that refugee and migrant women from East Africa are dealing with today is suffering in silence. Silence because the idea of psychological violence is oftentimes non-existent in our cultures. There's not even the words to talk about it. So if there's no physical violence, then there is no violence.
En tout cas pour nous, dans notre féminisme, c'est important de prendre en compte autant la violence oppressive sexiste, mais aussi la violence oppressive raciale. Et c'est la raison pour laquelle le collectif Armani est né. C'est justement pour qu'on puisse assurer de prendre en compte toute forme de violence auquel on est sujette.
Every 8th woman has been raped. That's roughly 430,000 raped women in Switzerland. That's about the population of the city of Zurich. It's very important that we understand that sexual violence is a structural problem.
The women's movement in Switzerland has gained a lot of self-confidence the last 5 years. The Frauenstreik, the women's strike on June 14, 2019, was just the tip of the iceberg.